Welcome to my fifth Strixhaven quick draft. I'm just going to get it started. Okay, I am still rare drafting. We're going to grab the Strict Proctor. I drafted one of these in the, last time, in draft number 4, but I didn't play it because I had entered the battlefield effects, so I didn't want to mess myself up. Now, at this point, I always just remind myself I'm going to pick the best cards in the first 5 packs, and not lock myself into a colour too early. I mean, it would be tempting maybe to go for Spiteful Squad. I think that's quite a powerful card. But it is 2 colours. Do you really want to take a 2-colour card this early? I like Pilgrim of the Ages. The problem I had in draft number 4, I only went 1 and 3. I went red and white, and the first 2 games, I think I missed land drops, missed my 4th land drop, my 5th land drop, took several turns to get to 5 land, and 3 of my removal spells are, of course, a 5 mana removal spells, like Introduction to Annihilation and Pigment Storm, I think. So that was a huge problem. So this might be a pretty decent card just to help you make your land drops. I haven't really looked at. I think Revitalize is a very defensive card. If you're going for a control deck, that's something you could go for. Brackish Trudge. I need to look at this. So somebody played this against me. 4-2 for 3 is a good rate. Okay, it enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, it comes back to your graveyard for really cheap as well, for 2 mana. If you gained life. I think that's pretty good. Master Symmetrist. Yeah, this is pretty good as well. 4/4 reach for 4. That's a really good creature. That's going to defend against most of the flyers in the set. And it just happens to give you a bit of trample as well into the bargain. Wow, Frost Trickster. That's really good. I haven't seen anyone play this. Great. Taps down a creature. 2/2 flyer for 3. That does seem very good. That's a learn card. First of all, that's a learn card, so that's pretty good. Feel like that's pretty good. I mean, it's 2 mana to pump up a creature. I suppose it's a lot like the lesson card that does the same thing. And it's maybe better to have it as a lesson rather than a main deck card. Three, 4 haste for 5, and it can scry 1. That's interesting. And Introduction to Annihilation. This is probably my most drafted card. I like this removal card. Right, so maybe I quite like these 2, but because they're 2 colours, we probably eliminate them. The Introduction to Annihilation, that's the most flexible card because that goes in literally every single deck, and it's quite good. it's kind of reassuring to just pick up one of those early, so you're not you know you're not going to miss out on it. You're going to have that removal lesson that you can have access to. And I think it's between Frost Trickster, Pilgrim, Master Symmetrist, and Brackish Trudger. I think they're all pretty good. And I think the trouble is probably, yeah, Introduction to Annihilation is probably maybe not quite as good. I don't know. Maybe it's on the level with those ones. I think just because this is so flexible and goes in every deck, and there's this chance I might never see another one, I am just going to pick it. Because the kind of must-pick cards, the Environmental Sciences is the other one. You just have to grab that if you see it, because you'll probably only get one chance at it. Right, we've got a Despark. It's in the rare slot. Permanent with Mana Value 4 or greater. That doesn't hit a lot of things. Still, if you can take something out, it's quite a big mana advantage you get. So that's one way of looking at it. I think so. We're probably almost certain. I mean, it's a rare, so we're rare drafting things, so that's probably what we're going for. It's worth having a look to see what am I giving up by rare drafting here. Mage Hunter's pretty nice. Somebody played a couple of these against me. 3/4 for 4 is pretty good as well. Yep, interesting. It's okay, that guy. But yeah, I think any 5 mana creature is not a high priority. It's probably going to wheel around. And Lorehold Campus, we do like the campuses. But as I say, I think I'm rare drafting, and I'll go for the Despark. I think it's playable main deck. Okay, so this is the bug. I have seen a streamer, I think it was a YouTuber actually playing, and they got a different card than what they drafted. I don't think there wasn't a Tend the Pests in the list, because I would have made a comment on it. It's quite a good card. But I think what will happen when we get to the end of the draft, that'll turn back into Despark. That said, I'm just going to make sure everything's working. There we go. So what have we got in this pack? And we're still looking for the best card in the pack. Kelpie Guide. I think that's quite powerful. That's like a that reminds me of the Icy Manipulator. Quite a nice control card. Negate. I've run into negate 3 times already in my 4 drafts I've played so far. We have another Tend the Pests, but this is a real one. Yeah, I think that's pretty mad. That's a lot of creatures. It might be the best card in the pack. I do like this guy, Mouldering Carrock, 3/3 trample lifelink for 4. Not bad. Pest Summoning is the lesson. Good to have some creatures to summon. Stonebound Mentor. Pretty decent. 3/3 for 3. And then we've got some campuses. Lorehold Campus, Quandrix Campus. We'll just remember we've got quite a good white-black removal card. We've got Despark. So we want the best card, but if it, as a tiebreaker, we could say we'll lean towards white and black. We could just take a campus. I feel this is quite a good lesson card, getting 2 blockers. Because nothing jumps out at me. And you can cast this with black mana as well. Okay, Tendrils of Agony. And it's a storm card, so interesting, but realistically, the best you're ever going to do is a 4-point drain life with that, I would say. I think, yeah. I was thinking of introducing a new rule where these it's the mystical archive cards. I might sort of relax my rare drafting rule for these, because I don't really want all of these rares, because I'm probably going to be to be honest, I'm going to play a lot more standard than historic. I'm a bit scared about playing historic. There's a lot of scary things there, and I don't think a few mystical archive rares are gonna make the difference. It's interesting though. It's direct damage. It's a bit of life gain. I could see how it could work. Start from scratch, I think, is actually quite good, and that's that's a lesson as well. That's a learn card. That's really good. Spectre of the Fens. Another one of these. Introduction to Annihilation. Stonebound Mentor. It's a bit of an iffy card because it doesn't affect the board. It's just direct damage to the opponent. Actually reminds me of, there's Vampire's Kiss, I think it's called, in I guess Crimson Vow, which does this for 2 mana. It does a 2-point drain life, but it also makes 2 blood tokens. So it's actually kind of playable. Whereas I'm not sure if this is at all playable unless you've got some crazy storm plan, which I don't think is very realistic. I'm kind of curious to see how low this card is rated. I'm going to look up Deathsea's tier list. Just a second. But I find with this set, with all the mystical archive cards, I've got to check it a couple of times during the draft, just to confirm that something I think is terrible is absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean, this gets Tendrils of Agony gets a D grade. So I shouldn't pick it, right? But I think I'm going to pick it anyway, just because it's kind of interesting, and I want it in my collection. There we go. Yeah. Right, but it's probably going in the sideboard straight away. Right. Okay, we've got just a good removal card there. That's a learn card. Campus Guide is a nice fixer, and you've got expanded anatomy. This is the card that has the highest win rate. But I'm not going to be distracted by that. I'm going for the good removal card. I'm going to go for Expel. There's environmental sciences. We have to pick that. We will look at what else we've got. I have curiosity. Yeah, this. Wow. Okay, this costs 5, and you get a 2/2, but also a +1/+1 counter. And that gives everything a drain life effect. Okay, that's got a +1/+1 counter. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. We know this guy's pretty good. That's a learn card. I think we ignore the learn card for the moment and we grab environmental sciences. We're thinking of going black, white. But you know, we're still pretty flexible. It keeps throwing these Spiteful Squads around. But also Mouldering Carrock. I think I want to try this Spiteful Squad because I've not had one before. I had a deck with 3. Well, no, I think I was only using 2 Owlin Shield Mages, but they just didn't have much impact. Didn't get to cast them very often. Let's try the Spiteful Squad. And what's missing at the moment? Well, lots of creatures. And learn. We don't have any learn cards. So they're an absolute premium if we can grab them. So this guy's good. That's okay. But I think we take our first campus. We're definitely playing black. We might want to splash green. Now we could take Promising Dusk Mage or another Spiteful Squad. Another Spiteful Squad. Let's give them a good run out and see what they're like. Okay, Stonebinder's familiar, so yeah, if you have exile effects, you can grow him. So far we've got Introduction to Annihilation, and that's about it. I think we'll go, so in that case we'll go for the Lumimancer, who is a bit more consistent. Okay, 10 the Pets has come around. Also both campuses, which is quite interesting. And this big reach creature. Well, I think I'll take, because I'm probably looks like I'm playing white as well, so I think we'll take the Lorehold Campus in case we want to splash for red. That's a learn card. Could we splash a Stonebound Mentor? Well, we don't like this learn card, but yeah, I think we'll get. I'm hoping we'll get a better learn card later. We'll grab the Stonebound Mentor. Okay, well we're gonna get bombarded with these anyway. We may as well take them. Right, interesting. Nice card, draw card. Okay, we are just rare drafting. We'll grab this guy. Right, let's just look at these guys. Oh, Emergent Sequence is really fantastic. Especially if you're playing a multicolour deck. So, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. She's pretty good as well. Study Break is absolutely fantastic as well. Yeah, Leech Fanatic. We've got Professor Zumancy. He's really good. So it's a tough one. I think I'm going to play Emergent Sequence because it kind of it helps me ramp out my lands and fix my lands as well. It gets any basic land, so I can go any direction I want later on in the draft. It's better to get this kind of thing early on. Right, so that's another lesson there. Oh, we do like, yeah, that is pretty good. But I think I've seen the card I want. I mean, Alan's Shield Mage is good and everything, but we need a learn card. I think we're going to take the Cram Session. It might wheel around, but I can't really take the risk of it not wheeling around, so I need at least one learn card. Ideally 2 or 3. Okay, that one's okay. So it looks like we're doing, yeah, we'll drop First Day of Class, we'll drop Stonebound Mentor, that should make life a bit easier. Green, black, white. Looks like the thing we're doing. And yeah, there's already a problem with Strict Proctor. It's going to ruin my own creatures, so I think that is getting cut already. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Star Pupil's another one who bounces counters around. Yep, decent. Right now we'd love another learn card. This is a really good lesson. 2/1 flyer. This guy's back again. 3/3 lifelink, and Witherbloom Pledgemage. I can play for green or black. I think it's a pretty solid big creature. I think because I don't have enough learn support, maybe I can't really rely on Inkling summoning that much. I think I'll go for the big creature. Ah, Mind's Desire now. This is another Storm card. I think that's a really cool card, so I think I want that in my collection. I'm just going to grab it. Now, how are we doing? We do have a modest amount of life gain. I think that makes Brackish Trudge playable. Study Break is there though. Yeah. Yeah, we have to take the Study Break. That's really good life gain, isn't it? There's also the Bayou Groff, which works with our deck. We've got things like Pest Summoning. So we could either go life gain payoff and go a bit defensive, or go for a really aggressive big early creature. I think we've got a few life gain things already. But I suppose he's a life gain payoff, the Alchemist. And kind of a mana fixer as well. He does cost 4, which is pretty expensive. I think we're maybe building towards a life gain deck. So we'll grab that. And suddenly we're kind of short on options. Tangle Trap. Now this would be nice if it was a lesson, actually, but I don't know if I'd play that main deck. I think Reconstruct History is kind of cool. Start from scratch is a lesson, so yeah, maybe we take that and put it in the sideboard. We might have access to red mana for it. Interesting Divine Gambit. That Frost Trickster again, that seems like a really good card, but I don't think we can go into blue at this stage. Just 6 creatures. We do like the Pillardrop Warden. Right, that's a huge creature, I suppose, isn't it? Or we could just go for the Divine Gambit. It does work quite well if you've got a lot of removal cards. I think we'll give this Leyline Invocation a go. Oh, Master Symmetrist turned up, which is going to go really well with Leyline Invocation. So let's grab it. Sure, let's take Ether Helix. Yep, might play that. Oh boy. So we've got, pack 3, pick 1. We've got the ultimate red card. We really want to play that. Well, definitely picking it. And then we've got to see, can we play a double red? Can we splash a double red card? Imagine that with, let's see, Accomplished Alchemist, gaining me lots of life. Could be good. Okay, Auric Law Mage, there's another rare. Seems cool. Right, so another big creature equal to instants and sorceries you own in exile and in graveyard. It's nice that it counts in exile as well. That is a blue card though. Not sure why we're looking at a blue card. Lash of Malice, that's pretty decent removal. There's a Bayou Groff again. I think I'd take the cheap removal card over the Bayou Groff, to be honest. How are we for creatures? 9 creatures. It's not great. Let's have a look at deck layout. Crackle with power probably goes over here somewhere. Yeah. It's kind of cool. He's a hill giant who can just search your library every turn. I quite like that. Shame I don't have any Biblioplex Assistants yet. So yeah, we were about to take Lash of Malice. And yeah, just to make things a bit easier, let's take the lessons and put them in the sideboard now. Things would make a little bit more sense. Right. It's not bad. See, we've got another Lash of Malice there. I think that's quite efficient removal. Inkling Summoning is also really, really good. Let's take a Lash of Malice. Ooh, Closing Statement. That's fantastic. Witherbloom Campus as well. Blood Researcher, it loves to do this, doesn't it? Gives you the impossible decision. Closing Statement or Blood Researcher. When my deck is set up for Blood Researcher, I just need a life gain thing, don't I? Pest Summoning should be sideboard. Right. Because I've got Overgrown Arch to go with it. I've got the combo. Seems ridiculous, but I think I'm going to go for the Blood Researcher over Closing Statement, because this is my last chance to get one, I think. Okay, that's kind of a fixer. That's quite good. Study Break, as we know, is fantastic. Mouldering Carrock, Silvercore Campus as well. Oh, we got two campuses, I suppose. Let's get the Study Break. It's too good. There's a campus. There's a Biblioplex Assistant. Okay, I actually, because the Biblioplex guy just combos really well with Overgrown Arch. I've got to take it. Got to take it. Quandrix Campus. Do I want to splash blue as well? For Ether Helix. Because the black, green, and white options here, I'm not sure if they're that good. Team Pennant, is that any good? Vigilance and Trample, maybe not to be sniffed at. How are we for creatures? 11 creatures, not very many. So we need at least 2 more cards for the deck. We could play Tendrils of Agony quite easily. Maybe a Pillardrop Warden. Feeling Team Pennant is maybe just not a very good card. And you maybe shouldn't play the Quandrix Campus if you don't have any blue cards. But yeah, we could splash for Ether Helix. That's the trouble. I'm getting going 5 colours. Maybe a Cogwork Archivist is the right choice because it's just another big reach creature. We've already got one guy who can give Trample, I suppose. Suppose we've got some big late game creatures. Maybe a 4th one is a bit too many. And I have played with Team Pennant before. So I have a feeling it's just not that impressive, but you're kind of imagining, oh, this would be great when I get my big token creature out. I'm going to take the big creature, I think. No, we'll take the campus. We'll take the campus. We might go 5 colours. That's the fun thing to do. Okay, Biomathematician. We see a lot of these because it is blue, so maybe not. Scurrid Colony is, I think, definitely the one we go for because it has reach. This guy's a good ground blocker, and that's just a really good card. But I'd say if you're in those 2 colours and those 2 colours only, it is pretty good. But Scurrid Colony, we need some cheap early drops, I think. I think that's what we're missing. Oh look, we got Expanded Anatomy come around. What learn cards have we got? Cram Session, 2 study break. We've actually hit 3, so that's pretty cool. I think, yeah, or a Mouldering Carrock. I think the Expanded Anatomy gets the nod, to be honest. Poor Mouldering Carrock. Had so many opportunities to grab one. Yeah, not very likely that I'd play that, but go for it. There's a Cogwork Archivist. Reconstruct History. Artifact, Enchantment, Instant, Sorcery. Would we really play Reconstruct History in the deck? Or do we go for the Archivist? I think it's a possibility. I'm an optimist. Cool, we can take another creature there. That's quite a good late pick. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a good late pick as well. And another creature, 3/3 for 4. That'll do. That'll do. Is it a sorcery activation? Yeah. It's nice to get that late rush of creatures just to fill out the ranks. Right, let's check our lesson plan. We've got start from scratch. Probably won't be able to cast it. Pest summoning. Pretty good. Environmental Sciences, absolutely fantastic. Expanded Anatomy is really good, and we got the removal spell. So a nice selection of lessons. Probably the other cards are a bit unplayable. I don't think Tendrils of Agony is good at all. And interesting, we've got only 2 cards to cut from the deck. How many creatures? We ended up with 13. We probably are going to go 18 land. We could make it really simple. We could cut Crackle for power and Reconstruct History. But I don't want to do that. Right, I think I'll call that the end of part 1. And I will just take some time and sort out this mess. Right.